I want to welcome to our gallery the Ukraine ambassador. Your Excellency, we generally do not allow applause in this chamber. But on this occasion, the House quite rightly wants to demonstrate our respect and support for your country and its people in the most difficult of times.
The UN General Assembly will vote later today, and we call on every nation to join us in condemning Russia and demanding that Putin turn his tanks around. If instead Putin doubles down, then so shall we, further ratcheting up economic pressure and supporting Ukraine with finance, with weapons and with humanitarian assistance.
Roman Abramovich is the owner of Chelsea Football Club and various other high-value assets in the United Kingdom. He's a person of interest to the Home Office because of his links to the Russian state and his public association with corrupt activity and practices. Last week, the Prime Minister said that Abramovich is facing sanctions. He later corrected the record to say that he isn't. Well, why on earth isn't he?
Mr. Speaker, it's not appropriate for me to comment on individual cases at this stage. But be in no doubt that the actions that we've already taken, that this House has already taken, are having an effect in Moscow.
Last week, Putin summoned to the Kremlin the cronies who prop up his regime. They dipped their hands in the blood of Putin's war. Among them was Igor Shuvalov, Putin's former Deputy Prime Minister. Shuvalov owns 2 flats, not 5 minutes' walk from this House. He is on the EU sanctions list, but he's not on the UK sanctions list. When will the Prime Minister sort this out?
Mr. Speaker, I think the House should be proud of what we have done already, and I can tell him that there is more to be done. And thanks to the powers that this House and this government has taken, we can sanction any individual, any company connected with the Putin regime.
These are war crimes happening in Europe right now. Vladimir Putin is a war criminal. And one day soon, Putin must face justice in The Hague. Mr. Speaker, to prosecute Putin and his regime, the full range of war crime charges need to be used, including the crime of aggression by a state. But the UK has always refused to sign up to the prosecution of this crime in international law. Will he amend the UK War Crimes Act, and will he support the ICC prosecution for Putin for his crimes of aggression against the people of Ukraine?
But I can tell him that what we have seen already from Vladimir Putin's regime in the use of the munitions that they have already been dropping on innocent civilians, Mr. Speaker, in my view, already fully qualifies as a war crime.
Putin is the only enemy, but I do feel ashamed. The United Kingdom signed the Budapest Accord in 1994, guaranteeing the territorial integrity of Ukraine. 23 men who once sat on these benches gave their lives for plucky little Belgium. They have shields down that end. 22 did the same for Poland. They have shields down this end. And we're not guaranteeing the territorial integrity of Ukraine. We're not even, I don't want war, nobody wants war, but we're not even sanctioning Sergei Shoigu, the Russian defense minister, yet, nor Igor Osipov, the commander of the Black Sea Fleet, or Uzmanov, Sechin, Peskov, Abramovich, Roldugin, or the members of the Russian Duma who voted for this war. Why don't we use parliamentary privilege to get this out there so the lawyers can't attack the sanctions that we must surely bring rapidly today?
I hear him, and I know that the whole House will understand his his feelings and his frustration that no country in the West is going directly to the support of the Ukrainians with direct military assistance. The consequences of a direct confrontation between the UK and Russia would be, I think, and indeed other Western countries and Russia, would not be easy to control. And if I can repeat the point I made earlier, I think they would play directly into Putin's narrative.
Mr. Speaker, satellite images show a 40-mile-long convoy of military hardware heading towards surrounding the cities of Ukraine. We know from Grozny what the intention of Vladimir Putin is going to be. Mr. Speaker, hundreds of thousands of people are going to be murdered in these cities. Think of in this house, everybody, think of your families, think of your neighbours, think of relatives you may have aboard. They are going to be murdered. Now, the Prime Minister has led the world in the reaction to what's going on, and I'm proud of what he's done. So can I ask my right honourable friend, I know he's probably not been to bed for a week, but can I ask him to use every second he's got remaining until this tragedy is surely going to unfold to try and prevent it from happening?